Yeah, like that. Alright, pick those up. Alright, all residential. Well, we'll leave a couple spots for some convenience stores, maybe grocery stores. The dirt roads are a traffic calming measure so that no one drives big trucks through this region. No, I'm just a cheapskate. These homes don't need real roads. Alright, let's have a look at the water system. We're gonna need some more pipes in here. Right, so all this is running fine. Our major problem is the garbage, and we're about to unlock incinerators. Well, we need a good, like, 700 more people, but we just built a bunch of residential, so that could happen soon. Do I want to extend the 6 lane? Well, we can build commercial along this ring here. Oh, look nice. Ooh, and we could build out this statue of shopping. Excuse me. And some commercial. We'll leave space to build more roads to connect out. Yeah, that'll be good. In fact, maybe I should build a dirt road just to reserve that space before anyone builds on it. And I don't like that one tile assigned there. Can I get rid of that? There we go. Still lots of commercial demand. Still going at full speed. A building has burned down. What's our traffic looking like now? Traffic is getting worse. Everyone who enters the town seems to want to go onto this route here. Maybe if we built it over so they don't have to. No, but we could connect up here. That might provide some relief. I wonder if the pathfinding will work for that. Let's see, we can have an alternate route like this. Now, connecting up here, will that cause a huge traffic jam? I think it will. Alright, so the entrance into town is becoming a problem. Garbage pickup is a huge problem. How are my landfills doing? Oh, they're almost full. Huh. Alright, time for another landfill. We're so close to incinerators though. We just need 300 more. Can our city survive with the garbage piling up for a little longer? Probably not. Alright, our final landfill. Let's go and drop that. Right by the 6 lane. Sure. Alright, yeah. We need to do something about this traffic situation. It's this intersection. If they could just flow... Yeah, well, it's all the intersections. Maybe if they... Well, where are they all going? They're all going into the factories here. The traffic is bad, but it's not horrible. I mean, everything's moving. We don't have really long lineups. But there's major complaints about garbage. We could make this one on-ramp into a larger road, but it is a one-way. So, I mean, they could go pile up 2x2, it's just they're not choosing to. We could make it a longer road, or a second road. Alright, let's... 2-lane road. Can we hook up like that? Space occupied. Alright, let's pause that. Destroy this. I don't think this is going to help, but we can definitely try it. A 6-lane, one-way. Hooking directly up to here. Too steep. Too steep and occupied. Destroy all of this. Including that burnt out building. Alright, let's get rid of that. Oh, these guys aren't even connected really. Alright, so we've destroyed a bunch of stuff. I wouldn't be happy if I owned that business. And we could connect up like this. I don't think that's gonna help. But we'll try it. Definitely worth a try. Alright, unpause. Okay, so they just back up over here. But they don't necessarily stop for as long. The lineup starts outside of our city limits. More people, though, are diverting onto this path now, so that's good. That didn't really solve anything. Well, things aren't looking so bad right now. Ah, it's nice and green. Right, maybe this thing needs to be... Something needs to be done here. Anyways, we've got more residential demand. We've hit big town. We can finally build that incinerator. We've got some new taxation policies. A bunch of other policies. Let's see, education boost. We can specifically raise taxes for different densities, and we can now zone residential, commercial, high density for both, and office zones. That's cool. So maybe our new city will have less of this dirty industry and maybe some other stuff. Oh, and we can build out a university. An American university, but still like a university. And a metro. Sweet, we can build subways. I don't know if our city is large enough to support subways at the moment, but that could definitely help with some of our problems. I do like that they're using our nice tree-lined 6-lane here. Let's see, lots of residential demand. What are we gonna do? Spam all the houses? Geometry Dash Pro? I think we will spam many houses. We can leave this forest, natural forest here. We'll build around the forest. That'll give us some more nice curvy roads for massive effects, but we'll also keep the angles in there too. A little something for everyone. Probably makes for the ugliest hodgepodge ever, but this is my city and that's the way it's gonna look. Alright, so we've got this huge dead space separating industry from residential. Residents don't really need a 6-lane, but I do like the idea of having a bit of a highway planned out. We could do a second highway curving around here, and then if we expand into this direction, it'll sort of act like a second highway for the one that already exists. Alright, so do I want to build that 6-lane out now? I do have the money for it, so let's do that. Tree-lined, 6-lane. Extend, it'll be a curvy 6-lane. Extend to about here, curve around to, say, here. And then we'll put a whole bunch of residential in around here. Ooh, we could put a university right in the middle of town, right by the forest. That'd be really nice. Plug 2, we could go for that. And, Nutturn, I'm glad you like my voice. Compliments are certainly accepted and welcome and not taken in any sort of offended manner. Not that being homosexual is at all something to be ashamed of. Alright, so let's see. More residential. We're still having this garbage problem. Do the university students need an incinerator? It doesn't sound conducive to learning or health. We could place the incinerator right by the dump and then have a road hooking everything up here. Alright, so not a 6-lane, just a regular road leading across. Is that what we want? I believe so. And that'll lead to the incinerator and the new dump, and hopefully meet all of these residences' garbage needs sooner. What's our garbage capacity at? Our energy supply is in the danger zone. We could get into oil. Takes advantage of natural oil. Does produce a lot of power. Alright, so let's plan out the incinerator and the new residential stuff, and chat can decide whether or not we're gonna stay green, stay off of wind. I think I saw some solar in there. Let's see. We could eventually get into solar, but that's not until 20,000. So solar might happen eventually, but it's not for a little while. So you guys in chat, should we stay with wind power or should we move into, say, oil? Oh, we need to see if we have oil. Natural resources, forestry, or that's interesting. No oil though. There's some oil in this adjacent region, so we're not going to get into oil. Oh, there's a small patch over here. So, do we want wind power or do we want coal? Habba the Jut says go hard at the oil. We've got 3 votes for green so far. So, we'll probably go with the green, but let's get some more residential rolling first. A nice little dirt path in here. And another major road. Let's say in from over. No, we don't want anything bulldozed. And I did say I wanted to keep this forest. Okay, so this will be the last bit of forest destruction that we do. Do we want this to be a curve? Yes, we do. Maybe a little too hard of a curve. Something like that. And then we can lead right back to the road. But we won't connect up to the 6th lane there. I will probably connect up somewhere over here. Dirt road. And residential. Ooh, we could do high density residential. Right along this curve? Sure, let's do that. I'm not sure how large of a plot they would want for high density residential. But yeah, let's zone some of this. Near the university, the future site of the university, we'll do a lot of high density residential. And that's sort of close to the 6th lane, in which case I will hook it up to the 6th lane. And some regular residential as well. Maybe put in some office towers. High density commercial, we'll do regular density down here. Maybe well, I don't know if we'll put high density into these weird shapes, but regular density. And let's zone some high density over here. Alright, that's cool. We're unlocking new things, injecting some new life into our city here. How's traffic doing? Traffic here especially is terrible. Alright, let's try to divert some of our commerce along this 6th lane, which maybe means putting a bunch of high density commercial right down here. We'll put some high density residential over here. Do we have enough to get to the university right away? Probably. Alright, so I do need to go into the lab around 4, so I can stream for at least 3 more hours, if that lets you plan your time a little better. Ooh, but these guys need water, so let's get the water online, and then we'll think about getting our universities going. Alright, so a university right in the forest, right off the 6th lane. Oh, we need more elementary schools. Forget universities. We need the basic education first. So outside connections, public transport, fire safety. Which, is this the education tab? Levels. Some high level stuff right along the 6th lane, that's cool. Right at the center of town. How do I find out how educated our citizens are? Our buses are being used quite nicely. Health, dental care. Okay, so here's education. Alright, so these guys' education needs are being met. We could do with a school over here, probably a second high school as well. Alright, let's get the elementary school going first. We have exactly one elementary school. Definitely at least one more is needed. We'll drop that right there. And what's our education budget looking like? Did I lower that at some point? No, it's at 100%. How's our health doing? Health is still good. And we don't want to forget our incinerator. Alright, how's our garbage supply doing? We're at 80%. Alright, let's get that incinerator online. Garbage, incinerator. What's the pollution radius like? Ooh, that's not pretty. If we... well, away from the water seems good. Right here, sure, that'll be fine. Alright, incinerator online. Let's check the stats on that. Not operating yet. It's got a pretty high upkeep per week. We've got a few garbage trucks in use. Alright, well that will hopefully take care of our garbage problem for a little while. Have I tried creating districts? Not yet, but we can. Alright, so feel free to shout out names for districts in the chat. Oh, we need more power, and we're staying green. That was the chat consensus, so let's build out another advanced wind farm right over here. And we need more commercial. We're going to put out a whole bunch of office guys. Do they want to be right on the 6th lane? That could cause problems for us in the future. We could put a regular road beside, and we'll put them right on the 6th lane. Future planning, who needs that? Why won't this connect? Space already occupied. Alright, we can have a funny angular road, that's fine. And we'll put a bunch of high density commercial here. Zoning, office zone, high density commercial right here, and then we'll put a bunch of office zones right here. Alright, so let's see how that works out. I'm kind of excited about that. And water. Alright, these guys definitely need water pipes. What would be the most efficient way to do this? There's going to be a lot of overlap. Alright, well, go down to here. Well, for now, this is an empty zone, so we won't worry about putting any water in there. Alright, so Greenville could be, well, it's green because we're only off of wind. This district name could be Curvy, or this is like Curvy Industrial. Alright, let's name that. So, districts, how do I do this? Let's see. Can I just draw? Districts. Various levels of attractiveness. Districts. Alright, so let's Oh yes, this is what I want, the larger circle. Alright, so this will be the Curvy Industrial Park. It's all one region. Okay, cancel that. Ooh, and caps lock is on. So the caps lock is still on. The Curvy Industrial Park. Ah, oh, what's wrong with my caps lock key? Well, we'll keep it like that. That's just the kind of city we are. And let's see. What else do we want? Greenville. We can name this area Greenville. Enter. Cancel. Whoa. Okay, so let's cancel out this stuff. Well, we don't really need this region. Regioning is hard. Alright, the Beechwood District, I like that, and this will be Greenwood Park. Okay, what else do we have? A district name. Someone wants PC Master Race. We could do that. I don't think any of these guys are into computer construction. Ice Cube Factory, close enough. PC Master Race it is. Including some commercial. And the wind farm, sure, we can include that in that district. Oops. Oh man. This has gotta be rage-inducing. Watching me fiddle around. And there's a tiny bit of crest square in the corner. Alright, fine. The wind farm will have its own name. And I wish that little Twitter thing was on the way. Alright, so that's enough for districts for now. And yes, I am a hunt and pecker. Clearly, my keyboard skills leave a lot to be desired. Alright, so the university. We got the funds to put that out. And what do we need next? Education. Ooh, we do not have the funds to put that out. We're gonna need 75,000 mystery dollars. And our elementary school education is currently a little low. We need to drop another elementary school. Alright, so these guys. I guess these were our high density residential. Let's drop a school right here. And people are still complaining about the garbage collection service. Alright, so this area will reserve for our university. But we can certainly expand our residential out in this direction. Alright, let's do that. Right by the hospital. I'm sure people, especially older folks and those with more intensive healthcare needs, would appreciate living right by the hospital. Let's get that going. And are we going to continue with the curviness here? The curviness does need to end at some point. Let's just go in like this. And we can do dirt roads for the border, or we can swing over like this, and like this. And we'll do a dirt road Well, if I am talking about people wanting to live here because of the hospital, we'll do it on this side. Yeah, there we go. So that's all going to be residential. Put some commercial right by the hospital in case people want to opt out of the hospital food. Let's put another dirt road in there. Okay, so first of all, we'll need some high density residential. Well, let's get a 6-lane in here towards the highway, towards the high density residential. Six-lane with trees, most definitely. And do we want that here connected to our overpass? It could cause future traffic problems for us. I think we'll leave it like that. And over this way. Wait. Over. Still curvy, slight curve. Alright, that looks kind of bad. But hopefully it serves an important purpose. Alright, so hooking us up to the hospital and potentially some other options there. Lots of intersections, probably more than is advisable, but this is going to be our high density residential area. Although how you would go high density on this little 2-square plot is beyond me. So we'll just put in a little corner shop. And maybe a low density hut there. High density residential right beside the hospital? Why not? And some low density here. And some commercial, high density commercial. Sure. More high density commercial. And these guys need their water. Inefficient piping. Alright, what's our current water funding at? Push that up to 105. Push our medical up slightly. A building has burned down. And we will get into expanding our city into the next plot soon enough. Alright, but there's more demand for industry. We can finish out this industrial park. Including right by the water. It doesn't seem to be spreading the pollution to the water, so I think we'll be safe finishing out those blocks. And did we already hook up the water in this area? We did. Great. More industry than we could ever need, at least for the moment. But if that stuff populates slowly, I'll be fine with that. We're done with making garbage dumps now that we have incineration going. So I think it's fine if we fill this space in. And how are our offices doing? We're okay on electricity for now. Ooh, Angry Clans mobile games. Customer service. We've got a nice little office industry going. Solutions Inc. Happy Face Travel. Alright, so I can go and expand our office industry as well. Let's see. Does the fire station get in the way? It does. Alright, let's relocate this slightly again. Well, let's get some info on our fire situation. This is the fire station, yes it is. Okay, we can move this guy slightly south and put another fire station in to cover this industrial park a little later. Let's relocate him then. And so that hopefully we'll have space to build out a road here. Alright, that's not bad. We're not fans of the construction. Alright, so this will be a nice dense commercial area. Okay, so let's go with the office zone. Here. A massive office park. And we'll put in some high density commercial as well. Maybe right over here, relatively close to the 6 lane. And then some low density commercial. Okay, we do need to get the pipes online in this area. There is a small gap. And let's see what the traffic jam looks like. Oh wow, it's backing up. We're slowing down the rest of the map's traffic. This is not good. Oh man. Okay, so what can we do about this? These guys need to get into town because we have this huge industrial park. What's slowing them down? These intersections are slowing them down. We could turn these into one-ways and force people to get on elsewhere. Alright, let's see if that helps us at all. This intersection is killing us. These unnecessary slowdowns are also not great. We'd force everyone to get on the highway somewhere else. Alright, one way. Now gonna go this way. Pause. Bulldoze. Now let's see if that helps. Sort of does, but then they back up over here. Okay, we could start expanding into the next city. It'd be nice if we had a little more money to do that with. So let's see, we still have high commercial demand. Let's go fast forward, pull some money in, get this office park done, get this residential area done, and then maybe we've reached the traffic capacity limit of this design. We'll go and move over to another region. Okay, so we still have a lot of commercial demand. Let's do some high density commercial here. A few more offices. And some regular commercial. Yeah, now the highway's jammed up too. That's not very neighborly of us. Ah, man. But what can I do? Like, can I just disconnect all of these roads and replace this with an actual highway? Or like just cut through this whole area and have no connections until say here? I really want to shunt the traffic down the center of town. What's really killing us is these intersections. what can I do to make these intersections better? So, with the one-way, things are better here. The main problem then is integrating here when the guys coming on want to turn left. But why they would want to turn left is beyond me. They can just enter the city here and go over this way. Well, we can connect things up. Got another one-way. Connect things up to here. Space already occupied. So, these intersections are killing us. We could just completely get rid of this road. And this road. And force people to get on somewhere else. But is that just going to pass our problem along somewhere else? Let's test this. And apparently my mic might have run into some problems. Let's go and double check that. I'm still broadcasting sound, so I think we're okay here. Less intersections, more one-directional roads, and off-ramps. So what can we do to play with off-ramps here? I mean, so this thing here is outside of our build region. It's already an off-ramp, and then some other stuff, so we can't adjust that. If we turn the 6-lane into an off-ramp, maybe it would change some of the traffic logic, but I don't know how that works. And now we're getting a backup over here when people want to get into these factories. We need to... So the intersections were fine. They were slowing things down, but that's because people needed to get in here. We could turn all of this into a one-way and then force people leaving the city to channel down this path. We could give that a try. So this is all experimentation. If anyone has more experience, either from having played or having watched people successfully tackle this problem, I'm definitely willing to listen. Alright, so let's replace all of this with a one-way. So that way people will just exit into here. And then the industry, they might not be too happy, but they'll have to drive all the way along here and then take these 6 lanes out of the city. That might be what we're gonna have to do. Well, we'll at least test it. Like this is a learning game. This isn't an optimization perfect city by any means. So we'll make this entire elbow a one-way 6-lane. And straight roads, yeah, that's fine. Over like this, and then over to, well, a little further, I guess. And then we'll go and hook up like that. But then we hit an intersection, which this could be an overpass. But people do need to get off somewhere. I don't think this solves anything. Yeah, now they just back up here. At least they get to distribute themselves a little more. This... And our backup goes all the way onto the off-ramp here. Oh man, what are we gonna do? A building is burnt down, that's fine. Everything else, well, we need some more power. Let's see, can we just up our electricity funding budget? It's already up there. Let's drop another wind turbine then. Alright, so that didn't help at all. This one-way needs to be for people getting off the highway. So we can turn this into a one-way. And we could turn this into a one-way and just force people leaving the city. Okay, so we have forced traffic down here. We've spread our traffic problem out. We could start building out subways, but I don't think our population supports, like, is large enough to support that. Like, if all of the traffic here was purely people coming into the city, and then the people moving from the residential area to the industrial area went underground, that could relieve some of the pressure. What do my bus routes look like? So this was the old city bus route. Nice little loop around. We have 2 city bus routes there. These guys have to rely completely on their own cars, so that could be adding to the problem. We could build out another bus route. Okay, DV pressure is saying I should be focusing on one-way exits. Oh man, they hate me here. The traffic here, all our businesses are gonna shutter again. We could have a one-way exit right there. That could be good. Alright, one way. Is the grade too high for me to build something down here? It is. Alright, so let's go a one-way exit off here. Space already occupied. Bulldoze that. Space already occupied. I'm sorry, businesses, you've been loyal to this town, but we really need to muck around and try to solve this major traffic problem. That's not good. Oh man, but this factory looks so nice. It's got a painted smokestack, little office attached. Wonder what they make there. Alright, we're paused. We can play around with this. This is a ice cube factory. Who needs ice cubes? Alright, sorry ice cube factory. We need this space. For an experiment. We don't even need it for something that's going to help the city. Space already occupied. By what exactly? Okay. So, more places to exit. If these people want to get to the industrial park, they can go in this way. Then it's this intersection that's killing us. If we made this an exit only, that would force people down this way. Oh man. Alright, so this is going to be an exit only too. An exit only, one way. Demolish. One way. Boom. But do I want that to happen at an intersection? Because then they're not going to be exiting very well either. Like maybe I should build that somewhere else. Say over here instead. Okay, so we've got another troublemaking intersection. People are flowing in. I think, well, we don't have this huge backup, but I think people just gave up on visiting our city. Actually, things are looking a lot better. We've got huge traffic problems within our industrial sector, but the 6 lanes are moving really well now. All right, let's do another traffic overview. Okay, that's not looking so good. This is not looking so good, but our 6 lanes are moving like a dream. Why are people backed up here? Because they want to leave town and they want to do so on a 6 lane, which I've turned into a one-way. That needs to hook up to this area. We can bulldoze. I did leave space specifically for this purpose. Not enough space apparently, but some space. Alright, so we can destroy this, destroy our park. No one's using this one way. We can just destroy a bunch of this stuff and maybe an overpass. Alright, let's pause this. Blow this stuff up. I really hate to do this to these guys. They're just trying to run an honest business. Alright, let's blow that up and blow that up. Blow up the park. Well, let's see if we can fit ourselves in around the park. Okay, so a one-way. This is, we're trying to exit the city. We want a nice, efficient way to exit the city. We need to blow this up too. I hope not. Space is already occupied. By what? Okay, so we can build out here. That's good. And okay, so we'll get rid of the little picnic area. Yes, destroy that. And we'll try to hook in over here. Bulldoze this. Whoever elected me city planner is having real regrets right now. Alright, so does this need to be a one-way exit? No, it doesn't. But it needs to split into a one-way exit right here. So dial it back a little more. This is a two-way. It can go into two ways. Is there a nice feature that'll let me divide the road off? Doesn't look that way. These residents are not going to like the increased noise. That would just pinch things together in a funnel. That's not really what we want to go for here. Alright, well let's just connect up the exit and we'll see how that goes. Let's hook this stuff back up. This thing here should all be a one-way. We don't want to confuse the motorists. So this is the road out of town. And if people want to do other stuff, they can just ride on regular roads. With trees. Tree-lined regular streets. Like that. Alright, and this stuff is not connected. There's a weird intersection here, which I don't like the look of. Blow that up and redraw that. Alright, so this is going to be good, guys. This is going to be really good. You don't even understand how well this is going to work. Okay, so there's the exit. Revolution is worried, or you Nerdscore is worried the direction is wrong. I think at least for the exit we're good. They do stop here, perhaps unnecessarily. No, they stop just for a few seconds. It's fine there. Building is burned down. I don't care. Although we might need to do something about our fire coverage. All right, so here people exiting. There's a bit of a traffic jam here. That maybe needs to be a 6-lane. Ooh, we've reached small city status, and we can build a cargo train terminal. A train station. That might be what we need. Now, I don't know if we need to connect up to pre-existing rail, but if we can get these guys, our industry, on an alternate traffic route, that'll really help. Right, so paths into and out of town are good. For whatever reason, there's this little pinch off here, which I really should fix. Am I even allowed to fix that? Let's see. Pause. Bulldoze. And roads. 6-lane, direct connection, please. Alright, so that might be better. Okay, so the main roads are good. We've got a huge traffic jam right here as people try to exit the industrial park. I've diverted a bunch of them here. But we've got a lot of trouble here as well. Why are there so many cars here? Intersection. People entering the city thinking this is a good way to go, but they were fooled. It's not. and everyone's trying to exit the city. Well, at least we're not clogging the highway anymore. Maybe we'll shelve this problem for a little while. Let's build out a residential, which of course is going to add to these troubles. Alright, so low density or high density? Let's do a little more high density here. And then the guys in the center will be low density. Maybe some commercial. And a little more commercial here. We need commercial, some high density commercial right over here. Yeah, that looks really nice. Alright, so we've got a massive traffic jam here. And here. And here. How are we gonna fix this? Alright, let's read about these other transportation forms. So we could build a metro station, underground at high speeds, connect with tunnels, then plan routes. There's our bus, and we've got a cargo train terminal. Build a cargo train terminal to allow trains to carry goods and raw materials. Cargo trains can operate inside the city or with an outside connection. Build stations and connect them with tracks before using the train to make a line. Train station is for tourists. Our problem is with industry, and I don't see any pre-existing rail that we can hook into, so that might be out. Now, if we can get a port going, when does that happen? 32,000. We're not near that. Okay, so resume game. Oh, we better save the game in case something untoward happens. Okay, so our map is almost full. We're hitting traffic problems that we don't know how to fix. So, Land 202 is really pumping the new city plan, i.e. not abandoning this game. We'll keep the income, $2,700 per whatever, and we can move into here. And maybe we could put our university up there instead. Because at the moment, we don't, or at least I don't, have a good solution to these traffic problems. Ooh, and they're getting worse and worse by the day. Building's still burning down. I still can't quite bring myself to care as much as I should. Alright, so garbage. Garbage collection is good now, although these guys are having some trouble. Education. People are mostly educated. Maybe some of these high densities probably need another elementary school. And maybe the high school. Is the high school at max capacity? 52% graduated citizens. We are over capacity. Eligible versus 1,000. Okay, so we'll drop an elementary school and another high school, and then that will give us a nicely educated population if we want to drop a university in the new town or over in that forest where we were planning to drop one before. So, elementary school. And we could put that on the tiny dirt road back here. Yeah, let's do that. That way the kids won't get run over by cars. Parents might be a little mad though. Alright, we should probably upgrade that to a nice road. Maybe a grass-lined road. Right. Space already occupied. Ah yes, single lane. There we go. So that's nice, and we need a high school. Where are we going to drop the high school? High density here or down here? Well, if we drop it here, we won't have to bulldoze anything. But if we dropped it down here, we would meet... Well, this is all high density. Okay, we'll drop this right on the 6 lane. And then, assuming our six lanes are now relatively free of traffic, people should be able to drive their kids or drive themselves to high school fairly rapidly. This intersection is not happy. Alright, so education. even the people in Greenwood Park are somewhat educated. We have some, I think this is high density here. 16 households. We could put some more schools there. They do have elementary schools all around, but maybe they need a third high school. I don't know. Can we institute like school busing or something? Education boost. Prioritizing education over working for young adults and increases the education budget by 25%. Taxation. This is interesting. We could raise the taxes on offices or something. City planning. High-tech housing. What's that all about? Cooler smart homes raises land value, but there is an upkeep involved. Big business benefactor. High-density commercial buildings double their sales, but there is an upkeep. Small business enthusiast. We'll play with that stuff later. Alright, so apparently the city is not really winning very many hearts. Let's make sure nothing is looking too disastrous. I mean, we've got some garbage collection problems over here. Our landfills are full. Our incinerators aren't keeping pace. We're gonna have to build out another incinerator. So we'll make sure this city can maintain, and then we'll go and start another city across the highway. Where do we want to drop this? This guy is having garbage problems. We could just blow him up and replace him with an incinerator. That'll teach him to complain. And maybe an incinerator to the south as well. If these guys are having problems with garbage, I don't know if it's a good idea to put that in a cul-de-sac. Let's just put a garbage thing right here. Boom. Alright, so now our incinerators can almost keep pace with our garbage generation. Do we have to drop another one, or maybe we can just up our garbage funding? I feel really bad having so many garbage incinerators in the one city here. These lands are cursed. Okay, so one more incinerator. Let's just drop that over here somewhere.